Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes. Coming up tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast, we will have live coverage of a widespread severe weather outbreak in the Plain States. And we are also going to be talking about the increasing risk for showers and thunderstorms as we move through this week in the eastern part of the United States. And that too will come with severe weather. So that's all coming up tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast. And that's at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. And as of 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got the first tornado watches up in central Nebraska and north central Kansas. Severe thunderstorm watches up in central and northwest South Dakota, and even into parts of North Dakota and Montana. And there are going to be more severe thunderstorm and tornado watches as we go through the rest of the day. In the meantime, here in the Northeast, actually we've seen some improvement today from the doom and gloom of yesterday. Clouds have thinned out to some degree. Some areas are getting breaks of sunshine. Temperatures have been warming up compared to yesterday, where many areas struggled in the low 50s all day. We're seeing temperatures pushing up through the 60s and even into the low 70s. You'll notice there's some lightning strikes going on as of 2 p.m. Eastern Time in parts of West Virginia and into the Appalachians. Those are scattered. And we're beginning to see the first thunderstorms break out in the area where we expect the severe weather. And this is the 2 p.m. radar. A few severe thunderstorm warnings as of 2 p.m. have already popped up in north central Kansas and into Nebraska. Again, activity is going to be picking up even more late this afternoon and into tonight. In the east, while the radar in the northeast and northern mid-Atlantic states is quiet, we've got this little short wave that's triggering off patches of downpours and a few thunderstorms in the central and southern Appalachians and back over through parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. This area is just going to continue to move along. It's not going to strengthen, might even actually weaken a little bit as it moves eastward. And this could bring some showers tonight in parts of, say, southern New Jersey, southern Pennsylvania, and point southward. Not impossible that a shower sneaks up further north into North Jersey, southern New England, and Long Island during the overnight period. But again, nothing really of consequence from this particular system here. We've got a little bit of rain that's come in to the Pacific Northwest, and we've got some heavy precipitation in the form of rain in parts of Montana and on up into North Dakota, along with a few embedded heavier thunderstorms in there. The Storm Prediction Center has it's rather rare, but we have a high risk being indicated in parts of Oklahoma into south central Kansas, and a larger area of moderate risk surrounding that. Enhanced risk goes up into Nebraska, and the slight risk pushing up into South Dakota. And you can see the two watch boxes up as of 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this is going to come with a 15 to 30% risk of tornadoes, and that hatched area that you see in the 10, 15, and 30% areas, we're talking about higher 10% or more higher probability of an EF2 to EF5 tornado within 25 miles of any point inside this zone. And it's pretty rare to see SPC. Just want to read you the quote from their homepage. They have a big headline box up today. It says a major severe weather outbreak is forecast today and or tonight. A regional outbreak of severe weather and multiple intense EF3 plus long track tornadoes, as well as very large and severe thunderstorm gusts, is expected over parts of the south central plains from this afternoon through this evening. So, they certainly have the sirens up and they're on alert. Now, we've got enhanced risk for tomorrow. This has been upgraded a bit today for parts of northwestern Ohio into northeastern Indiana, larger area of slight risk that goes back into Illinois and down to Kentucky and northern Tennessee and into West Virginia. And then as we move on to Wednesday, we have a marginal risk of severe weather nosing its way up the Hudson Valley to western Connecticut and Long Island, down to South Carolina. And we have a slight to enhanced risk being indicated from northeast Texas and eastern Oklahoma northeastward into the Ohio Valley, and that is definitely going to be coming with a tornado risk. This is the uh, uh, risk here for just going back to tomorrow. They have a 10%. So this is an EF2 to EF5 risk being indicated for parts of northeastern Indiana and northwestern Ohio. So a very, very busy week. And one more thing to show you, which is in the long range. And as you know, I've said many times when you see SPC putting something in the long range, it's worth paying attention to. So they've already indicated an implied slight risk from southern New Jersey and southeasternmost Pennsylvania southward into Georgia. So we're likely to see this get changed around a bit and perhaps expanded with a marginal risk. Of course, it's going to be added for the areas further to the north. As far as rainfall is concerned this week, at least we don't have flooding issues to worry about. We're talking about half to three-quarter inch total rainfall amounts over the next 7 days. Inch and a half plus in parts of upstate New York, inch and a half plus in parts of the Ohio and Tennessee Valley, and anywhere from a half an inch to an inch going all the way back into eastern portions of South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, and northeastern Oklahoma. And also some rather large amounts of precip of 2 to 3 inches or more. And most of that is going to be in heavy rain, maybe some mountain snows, of course, in much of Montana, and then also into northeastern Wyoming and on the Canada side of Montana. So what's happening, and we talked about this yesterday on Weather in 5. We have this energy that came into California, this wrapped up cutoff low is actually strengthening again as it lifts up northward through Wyoming and into South Dakota. So there's a really powerful short wave that is swinging into Kansas and Nebraska and Oklahoma, which is going to be triggering off this severe weather event. And then that kind of sits back there and rotates around. More energy comes in from Wednesday that tries to push up into the Ohio Valley. It's not as prominent as the upper low from today, but enough to generate the risk zones that SPC indicated. And then as we move into Thursday, a short wave that is part of this northern stream energy is going to swing around into Iowa, Indiana, and Illinois, and that is going to strengthen and move eastward. And this could be the trigger mechanism for severe weather in the southern areas of the Northeast down to the southeastern portions of the U.S. So a very unsettled weather week. If you want a nice weather day, it's going to be tomorrow. You can see the dying area of showers goes mainly to the south tonight. And then tomorrow, I think, should be an okay day with sunshine and warm temperatures in the 70s to around 80. Then Wednesday, as that first system approaches, we could see some showers and maybe a thunderstorm late Tuesday night into Wednesday afternoon. And then this stronger low in northern Illinois triggers off severe weather late Wednesday night in Ohio down into Arkansas. We get a little bit of shower activity going into Wednesday evening. And then Thursday, as that low moves into western New York, I think we have the possibility here that we could see some rain and thunderstorms and the outside chance that there could be some severe weather with this on Thursday. The low lingers around on Friday with some showers, and then it looks like it wants to move out for Saturday. And then a weaker front comes in sometime on Sunday with maybe another chance for showers and thunderstorms. So one weather system after another, a very busy severe weather week across the eastern two-thirds of the United States. All of this will be talked about in great deal tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time.